So now we come to the bottom part. If you remember the stress bucket that we had spoken of, the tap at the base of it, let's talk about what we can do to dispel the buildup of anxiety. And it's all subconscious. We may appear and say, I'm fine, I'm okay. We appear to be very strong, but अंदर तो कुछ और ही माहौल होता है. There is like a whole roller coaster of emotions that we are experiencing. But our conditioning tells us we shouldn't talk about it, right? So we give very monosyllabic responses. How are you doing? I'm fine, I'm good. It's almost like we're talking about the weather, right? So I'm not at any point in time suggesting that you should talk about what you're experiencing, your emotions to the whole wide world, right? You don't have to shout from the rooftops. But find your circle where you can actually let your hair down, share really what you're going through. Because chances are what you're going through, the other person has also already been through or can empathize and understand and maybe be able to offer some suggestion or help or support. Right? So holding back is not a good thing anymore. Okay, let's look at what we can do physically. Breathing exercises, pranayam, yoga, strength training, dance, walking. हमारे WhatsApp में बहुत से ऐसे forwards आते हैं, ये सब करना चाहिए, right? What happens is when we indulge in any physical activity, there is a surge of happy hormones. Endorphins, oxytocins, dopamines. So the mind gets a message, the brain gets a message that there is joy, happiness. Right? So we feel good. I mean, think about it. When you go out for a walk and you come back, you feel good about it. For me, it's my dance routine. Every time I'm a little worried, I do dance for about an hour and I feel even more energized. So all of us have to find that one thing that can be a stress buster physically. Right? What will give us, release the energy buildup, the stressful energy buildup inside us. The second are emotional, right? What can we do to emotionally cope or deal with the anxiety? So the first is practice the pause. Now, neuroscience research tells us that, we are in this grip of the amygdala hijack because we've been designed, our body and our mind has been designed to be prepared for any kind of emergency or anything that might be a threat to our survival. So the amygdala, it's like a almond-shaped glands in our brain, which comes into action to say, khatra hai, you must do something, right? And right now, if you see, the amygdala is in extreme alertness because everything is seeming like a threat in our environment. So it's super active at that point in time. Neuroscience tells us that if we were to pause for as little as 6 seconds, we can activate a far more evolved part of our brain, which is the neocortex, which will give us access to solutions, which will help us find a way out. Right? So when you are experiencing a surge of emotions, just take a deep breath and just stand there. Maybe have a glass of water. Just pause. उस वक्त कुछ करने की जरूरत नहीं है. And then think it through. What should be my next action? So take that all important pause. Meditation, we all know the benefits of meditation, of how the brain actually calms down when we are meditating. There are a lot of apps that can support you on guided meditation, Insight Timer, the Dhyan meditation app, Vipassana meditation techniques. But this is a must. I would say, like we brush our teeth to have healthy teeth, or we have a bath every day. Meditation is a form of inner cleansing. Right? There's nothing that we can do about the stress that's going in, but meditation is a very powerful way of activating the parasympathetic nervous system, which actually counters the impact of the amygdala hijack. Expression of gratitude. How can we be grateful for everything that's going right, no matter how dire the circumstances are? Journaling, again, when we start writing down, it could be just at the end of the day, writing down about what went well today. And trust me, when you start thinking about what went well, you will come up with at least 10 things that went well. Right? So you can start focusing on that. Like, hey, my daughter made a, baked a beautiful cake today. Right? She never does housework, but today she stepped up to do some dusting. Wow, this is great. I woke up to the sound of chirping birds today. So can we express what we are going through in our journal? And it's a private space. Expression of gratitude, get coached. Sometimes we are not able to see our own blind spots, but a coach is able to support us, challenge us, help us to see what we are not witnessing. Like in the case of Roshni, she could not believe, understand that the problem really started with her. She was not delegating, she was not finding, she was not setting boundaries, she was not planning. All of that conversation came up in our coaching conversation, right? So those were clear blind spots. So at every stage in life, it's a good idea to seek the support of somebody else. It could be even a trusted friend or family who can be dispassionate and be a listening board to you, also help you identify what you may be missing out on. Hobby, good time to start. I know many people who have started on an active hobby. It's a great way to unwind. Planning, connecting with community, any kind of community work or like-minded interest group that you can join. It's a wonderful way of actually letting off the buildup of excess stress energy.